This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Pro-Tamil activists hit out at Asin for going for a shoot in Lanka, but a defiant film fraternity says no one can dictate rules to them.
எனவே அவர் நடித்த அந்த படத்தை புறக்கணியுங்கள் பார்க்காதீர்கள் தமிழர்களே என்று நாங்கள் பிரச்சாரம் செய்வோம்.
We are not going to listen to them. We listen to the body as a whole. Nobody can give us a stricture saying that you cannot go to Sri Lanka, you cannot go to Germany.
Jayalalitha criticizes the DMK's move to rename Radhapuram bus stand, says it was to please the Congress to save the ministerial butts. Another life lost in the crazy caste debate. Caste-based clashes in Srivilliputtur leaves one man dead. And a double death here in the city in Wayne. The murderer of a woman is beaten to death by people. The police shut the case. And meet child artist Darshil Zafari, who was in Chennai and even spoke a little Tamil.
Darshan.
Hello and welcome to News Tonight on NDTV Hindu. I'm Ramanathan. We will get you all those stories, but first let's have a look at the stories making national headlines. CBI arrests Amit Shah after he resurfaces. He's sent to judicial custody in Sabarmati jail. Karnataka Congress MLA say Bellari Chalo, the Padyatra to highlight the failure what they think of the BJP government. Rail road travel paralyzed in the Konkan region after heavy rain submerged roads and rail tracks. Karnam Maleshwari points fingers at other officials as now a weightlifting coach is suspended for alleged sexual harassment.
और स्पेशली लड़कियों के साथ ही उसको अटैच करके रख रहे हो, चाहे तो आप मेन के साथ भी रख सकते थे उनको.
A top story tonight, pro-Tamil activists have once again asked the film industry to take action against actor Asin, who recently visited Sri Lanka for shooting. Asin had recently visited Sri Lanka for a Hindi film Ready with Salman Khan and also visited refugee camps to cheer up children in Lanka's war-torn Tamil districts. In fact, other actors like Karunas, who wanted to visit Sri Lanka for personal reasons, were also being targeted by these pro-Tamil outfits.
அவர்கள் நடிக்கும் விளம்பரங்களில் எந்தெந்த பொருட்களை அவர்கள் காட்டுகின்றார்களோ அந்த பொருட்களை நாங்கள் புறக்கணிக்க சொல்லுவோம். அதை ஐயா அவர்கள் சொல்லுவார்கள். இரண்டாவது முக்கியமான விடயம் என்னவென்றால் அவர்களினுடைய திரைப்படங்களை பார்க்காதீர்கள் என்று நாங்கள் இங்கே பிரச்சாரம் செய்வோம். இது இரண்டுமே ஜனநாயக வழியில் தான் நடைபெறும்.
But the film industry has not shown any signs of succumbing to the demands of these activists. In fact, the president of South Indian Film Artists Association and famous actor Sarath Kumar today stated that no action will be taken against the artist for now. However, he added that a joint action committee will be set up shortly to put down the do's and don'ts regarding actors and artists visiting Lanka. He also added no individual or group can threaten any artist against visiting Sri Lanka for personal or professional reasons.
என்னுடைய கருத்துக்களை எல்லாம் இந்த மேடையிலே சொல்ல வேண்டிய கட்டாயம் எனக்கு இல்லை என்ற அடிப்படையிலே ஒரே ஒரு கருத்தை மட்டும் இதை சொன்ன பத்திரிகையாளர்கள் மறந்துவிடக் கூடாது. ஆக ஏதோ நடாக சிறப்பான கூட்டத்தை அமைத்து உன்னதமான ஒரு நிகழ்ச்சி, வெரி பிக் சப்ஜெக்ட். தொப்புள் கொடி உறவு நமக்கு இருக்கிறது. அங்குள்ள எனக்கு விருப்பம் என்று நான் செல்வேன், ஆனால் எங்க செல்லக்கூடாது அங்க செல்ல மாட்டேன். எங்களுக்கு உணர்வுல நீங்க உலகத்துக்கு சொல்லிட்டு இருப்பீங்க. எனக்கு கூட பல இணையதளத்தில் பல மெயில்ஸ் வந்துட்டு இருக்கு.
Well, Sarath Kumar, the president of the South Indian Film Artists Association, joined us and spoke about how these threats are not going to affect artists. He also said that none of them felt threatened by these protests.
No, we are not worried about these sort of threats. We don't get worried about these sort of threats. See, no individual can threaten us. They cannot threaten us by saying they'll trash the houses and things like that. That's not the right democratic means. If somebody is going to adopt an undemocratic means, the law is there to take care of it, and the law will take its course.
Moving on, an auspicious day for devotees at Ahobilam Mutt in Selayur in Chennai turned out to be a tragic one. A woman devotee and a robber who attacked her at daybreak have both died, leaving the police baffled with little or nothing to investigate in this unusual case.
A special puja was scheduled to take place on the auspicious day, but instead Ahobila Mutt was plunged in sadness. A robber sneaked in early morning and tried to snatch the chain of an elderly female devotee. When she raised an alarm, he is believed to have panicked and dragged her into a shallow well to hide, where the 64-year-old woman died from suffocation.
A lady who was working as a maid in the mud went to put column in the backside entrance near well. At that time, some thief came. She shouted, called people. Immediately, the thief pushed her into the well. She dead there. Immediately, people surrounded the well. Then she couldn't come out. Then we informed police.
அவன் ஏற்றும்போது வெளியே வரும்போது கயிறு வழியாக மேலே வந்துட்டு இவங்களை கத்தியை காட்டி இது பண்ணி திரும்ப குத்த வரான், மிரட்டுறான். மிரட்டி அவன் தப்பிக்க முயற்சி பண்ணான். அந்த பதிலாக அவன் தப்பிக்க முயற்சி பண்ணுறான். இவங்க மடக்கி பிடிச்சி அவளை அப்போ பயங்கர ஸ்ட்ரகிள் பண்ணுறான்.
In an unexpected development, the robber, who was overpowered by other devotees in a scuffle, also died from injuries while he was being taken by the police for questioning. The police are now puzzled, and so are the devotees, as the remains of the victim and the attacker were taken away for a post-mortem examination. In Chennai, Salim for NDTV Hindu.
In a top political story, launching a fresh attack on the DMK government, the leader of the opposition, Jayalalitha, today criticized the DMK for renaming the Radhapuram bus stand as Kamarajar bus stand and said it was only done to please the Congress. Jayalalitha also said the Chief Minister's move was aimed at saving his party's ministerial positions at the centre. Chief Minister Karunanidhi had renamed the bus stand last week, and also he was in fact named after Chief Minister's mother Anjugam Ammayar. In fact, it also ordered the immediate release of Congress party workers Sudalai Muthu and Sivaji Muthukumar, who were arrested for demanding Kamarajar's name for the Ramapuram town bus stand. Some news from the districts now. Another life has been lost in caste clashes, this time in Srivilliputtur. Karupaya was a part of clashes which broke out between two caste-based groups while they were travelling in a bus. Sources say that people started foul-mouthing each other and words soon led to physical fights. A scuffle broke out and one man died in this exchange. There's heavy police deployment in that area now. On to a top national story. Former Gujarat Minister of State of Home Affairs Amit Shah has been remanded to judicial custody. This after he arrived at the CBI office in Gandhinagar to reply to the summons issued to him in the Sohrabuddin Sheikh encounter case. The CBI arrested him this afternoon. In fact, Amit Shah has been charged with murder by the CBI in the Sohrabuddin fake encounter case and was missing for some time and had not appeared when summoned repeatedly by the CBI for questioning. The BJP has defended Amit Shah and said that the Congress was trying to frame Shah and that the CBI has been misused by the UPA government against Amit Shah. BJP also added that they have faith in the judicial system. In fact, Amit Shah also spoke to the media and said that the CBI charge sheet was fabricated and that he would fight back legally.
उसमें मुझ पर जो आरोप लगाए गए हैं वो सभी के सभी आरोप फैब्रिकेटेड है, पॉलिटिकली मोटिवेटेड है और कांग्रेस सरकार के इशारे पर बनाया गया एक गलत कच्चा चिट्ठा है।
गुजरात प्रदेश की यहाँ की नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी की सरकार के गृह मंत्री श्री अमित भाई शाह को जिस तरह कांग्रेस और यूपीए सरकार ने सीबीआई का दुरुपयोग करके सोहराबुद्दीन केस के संदर्भ में गलत तरीके से फंसाने की जिस कोशिश की है, हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी स्पष्ट रूप से मानते हैं कि अमित भाई शाह बिल्कुल निर्दोष है।
In fact, NDTV's Rohit Ban joined us on the phone line from Gandhinagar and told us how the CBI is now systematically building a case against Amit Shah.
Are indicating that they, at this point of time, they need to get some more evidences, some more arrests are likely to follow. And then they will build up a watertight case against the accused former minister. And then later on, when they can approach the court for his custody. They have left that option open, though they haven't pressed for his custody as of now. But they have kept that option open. They've informed the court that they might seek his custody at the later point of time. This investigation is still continuing. The CBI has to file a status report before the Apex Court by 30th of July. And they have to effect some more arrests. The Rajasthan angle is still to be explored. The motive, as we know through the charge sheet, is that he had been killed on the behest of the marble lobby of Rajasthan, and they want to find the more political linkages to the case, and that's the reason why they need to arrest some more people. They need to gather some more evidences.
So what else is making news in the nation? We bring you some more national news in this special package. This is Nation to you in just 60 seconds.
Trouble hit national carrier Air India is presenting a financial restructuring plan to its board and independent directors. The turnaround plan is necessary to qualify for the second round of equity infusion of Rs 1,200 crores from the government this year. Heavy showers continue to cripple rail and road transport systems in Ratnagiri district in Konkan region. The showers are also hampering restoration efforts. Authorities have offered stranded travellers alternate routes. The family of RTI activist Amit Jadhawa, who was shot dead in Ahmedabad 4 days ago, has insisted it will settle for nothing less than a CBI probe. BJP MP Junagadh Dinu Solanki is a top suspect in the shooting. A Congress party worker has died while taking part in a protest march by Congress legislators against illegal mining in Karnataka. The legislators started their Bellary Chalo Padyatra today from Bangalore to Bellary to highlight what they say the failure of the BJP government in the state.
Well, time to take a short break, but on the other side, what does Darshil Safri like about Chennai? Stay tuned to find out more.